Good morning, and this is Ted Midgley's story. I've never been able to read. My spelling is really bad, and the only thing I could spell was my name, said Ted Midgley. The 58-year-old left school at 15 unable to read or write. He never hit it, and he always relied on friends and colleagues to help him out. But Mr. Midgley, who's based in Derby, decided to change that at age 58. And after going through lessons, he can now read a copy of Speedway Star magazine, a copy that he kept for 4 years. I've had this for so long and I've never been able to read it. It was amazing to be able to do it. Mr. Midget left a special school at age 15, a place he was sent to when he was told he had dyslexia. It began when I was at my first school in Bradford, he said. They never picked up on it, and they told my parents I was lazy, but it was only when I went to middle school they called my parents and said that I was suffering with my dyslexia. But at that time, they shipped me off to a special school, and it wasn't for me. I just kind of didn't do school. It wasn't a pleasant place for me. Mr. Midgley said he hardly attended the school and went to work in a textile mill. He explained to his friends used to say to him, "You don't look dyslexic," as if it were a deformity, but those were the times. I couldn't even read a text message. I can now, but really obscure words I struggle with. Speedway played a major part in Mr. Midgley's life. He was a former mascot for Bradford Speedway, Mr. Bear, which is why he's called Ted, even though his first name is actually Stephen. He also trained as a speedway mechanic, traveling around the world for races, and now works for Joe Hughes International in Allentown, Derby, which makes speedway parts. But it was after a meeting with a professional motorcycle racer that he took the decision to learn to read. I got involved with a young chap from Australia called Braden Elliott, and it's gone really well, and I want to become his manager. That's what I'd like to do. But to do that, I need to read emails. Mr. Midgley is taught to read by Duncan Livesey from Read Easy Derby and District. He said Mr. Midgley had one-on-one sessions twice a week for 30 minutes. He's been brilliant because Ted's so positive. He's been so easy to teach. It's been rewarding. I get a buzz each time I sit down with him. Mr. Livesey said the amount of adults who can't read is more common than people think. He added there must be thousands of people in Derby, hundreds of thousands across the country, who either can't read at all or have really big barriers. A lot of these barriers are similar to what Ted's spoken about. A lot of people don't have the confidence, so they won't seek help. Mr. Midgley said one of his biggest achievements was reading his 40-year-old copy of Speedway Star magazine, and he was overjoyed recently to finally read a column about a former Halifax Speedway rider, Kenny Carter. He said, "I had this for so long, I've never been able to read it. It was amazing to do it. I was so pleased I was reading it. I was buzzing." What a great article. If you want to read it yourself, I actually today ended up reading the whole article to you, but if you want to read it for yourself, I'll put the link in the description, and along with that's on YouTube, and I'll put it with the title on the Facebook version. Take care.